Hi everyone, I'm Olivia Nash Richardson. If you don't know me, I'm in the business of making your bucket list come alive. I have with me today Peter Askin, and he is one of my trusted colleagues on the ground well, actually he is outside of Chicago, but he's from New Zealand, and he is here today as my next guest on my video series, Dare to Dream, where we will discover South Australia.
Dream. Welcome, Peter. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. Appreciate being invited to do this.
Our goal with Dare to Dream is to help people travel virtually, since we are staying home, staying safe, and flattening the curve. To that end, I want to open a window to the world. Today, we're going to talk about South Australia. It has the wow factor: wildlife, outback, and wine. Peter has been in the business a long time, and he is just the person I turn to for all things Australia.
I did. My company's been working in the South Australian market for many, many years. And one thing I'd say about South Australians is they are very, very passionate about their state.
Australia is the world's 6th largest country and its largest island. It is the only island that is also a continent, and the only continent that is also a country.
That's the issue, that Australia is so large.
Peter warns that without proper planning, you can waste a lot of time crisscrossing the country. But don't worry, there is plenty to do in South Australia.
For instance, there's over 200 wine cellars within a 2-hour drive of Adelaide. The real deal, real dirt outback of the Flinders Ranges is only just about 4.5 hours on a road trip away. And the wildlife in the wild of Kangaroo Island is just a 20-minute flight. Or you can do a drive and hop on the ferry across from Adelaide.
For Peter, each itinerary is personal, and he has recommendations for every element.
For instance, when you're in Adelaide, you've got to eat at Jasmine's. You ask for Amric and you tell them that Craig sent you.
Even post bushfires, Australia is always in rebirth. And right now, we are all adjusting in real time to a global pandemic that the world hasn't experienced since 1918. Our lives have been thrown into disarray on multiple levels, as individuals, family members, consumers, and travelers.
One of the few positive things about this whole pandemic is that it's given pause, literally pause for us to stop and think about, what's important: family, friends, health, calm and environment, and pause for nature to recover. We want to connect with travelers with natural places and educate them how to get the best out of an experience in a sustainable manner.
Sustainability will be a trend that everyone embraces.
So the opportunity is to give back, so that we leave the place, as many people say, better than we found it. The wallabies, koalas and kangaroos have dispersed from the hidden refuges out into the recovering bush and are continuing as far as they have for millennia.
By the middle of 2021, it will be a great time to go to Australia, which makes now the perfect time to plan. And there have never been fewer barriers to entry. Risk-free reservations, no deposits, on top of VIP perks. This is a huge opportunity to maximize your experience. We are here to protect you and your most precious asset, your time.
Well, look, that's why we need you. That's why we need travel agents, because travel agents work with companies like me, and you have the assistance of my staff on the ground in Australia, looking after them, an itinerary in the middle of the Australian bush and beyond.
When I asked Peter which experience really typified time spent in South Australia, his response was simple.
The experiences on KI are really wildlife encounters. Those are the most amazing things. There's winemakers, there's artists, there's farmers, there's educators. It's really a very sort of small family community. South Australia on a whole, but certainly KI, really does al fresco dining really well. Go to the cliff top. You can go to a setting where there are koalas in the tree.
Outdoor dining or not, Peter explained the best way to experience the authentic Australia is to ride the rails through the beating red heart of the outback, from Darwin to Adelaide, with a stop at my own wanderlust highlight, Uluru.
The train that goes from north to south goes from Darwin down through Alice Springs all the way to Adelaide. And the cool thing, Australians love to travel their own country, and they love to travel on the trains. Yeah, it's an amazing way to see Australia, and the outback is so cool by train.
Luxury train? I'm in. We have plenty of time to plan.
Look at about a 6-month lead-in for a trip, unless people are traveling over festive or high season, and then it's almost a year to make sure that you can secure all those really top-notch properties. South Australia has a climate for travel 12 months a year.
Now is the perfect time to reach out and learn more about the Virtuoso Wanderlist.
I'm only one of fewer than 200 Virtuoso agents who are certified Wanderlist out of, I want to say there were over 20,000 Virtuoso agents. So that is a really cool tool. I highly recommend it to all of my clients so they can really get some clarity around what their travel goals are. And that's so important now that we have all of this time.
This has been a year to reckon with. So this has proven beyond doubt why you need a travel advisor and why you need your travel advisor to work through a company like mine. And you need somebody on the ground. So it's not just the planning of the amazing itineraries that you and I can do together. It's what happens when you're there or you're about to go. All those little things that just make a trip beyond amazing can only be done if you're doing it through a travel professional and using a destination management company like mine on the ground in those countries.
I believe in the transformative power of travel. Travel connects us, opens our eyes, and broadens our horizons. We don't know when the next normal will arrive, but we do know things will normalize and this period will end. It will be different on the other side, and we have hope for a very bright future. Thank you for following along this week.
So thanks again, everybody. Peter Askin, he is one of my trusted partners for New Zealand, Australia, and Fiji, the South Pacific. And I use him because he and I believe in the transformative powers of travel for clients like you. And he really does help me make bucket lists come alive. Please follow along on Instagram. I will be koala bombing you all week. I'm Olivia Nash Richardson, travel advisor and author of Your Next Great Adventure. Thanks, Peter. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Olivia. It's been a blast.